All right. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. Fans crash out after voice actor shares unforgivable opinions by ref. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens in the Hoya community and HSR, and yeah, it's not gonna be pretty. I love looking at these, right? I love looking at these, like these dramas, right? Because these fans are not from this world. This is not meant in a positive sense, don't worry. Let's see. Also, if you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing. It is a huge help. If you also want me to catch me reacting live to these, we do this on Saturday and Sunday, 6 hours on end. Yeah, thank you. We'll jump in. We'll see what that is about. Already like the video? Peek, let's go.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So today we're going to be looking at some absolutely insane drama involving Hoyoverse, but in particular, the community from Honkai Star Rail. There has been some voice...
Hot take, this is it. They absolutely fucked up the game because of power creep anyways.
Voice actor drama over the past week or so. In fact, several voice actors have been cancelled for many different reasons, but in today's video, we're going to focus on one...
Paimon? Nah. Bye, Mon.
Voice actor in particular, because the harassment campaign against him is just no words, basically. And I'm here to try to turn the narrative a little bit and give this guy some support and positivity, because what he's going through is just ridiculous. Now, before we get into the particular voice actor we're talking about in this video, I just want to give you one tweet, a little heat check from a different voice actor that's being canceled currently. So this person says, Kafka voice actor following Donald Trump. Dude, seriously?
Oh no, somebody's following the President of the United States. Nah, what? Wow, oh, by the way, follow policing is gay as fuck.
And this user says they're going to cry. This is many posts. One of many posts talking about...
Why are we acting like this? Why are we reacting like this? Huh? Why? Weird that you follow the president of your country. I don't know if she's from the US. Maybe she's not from the US. Who knows? Still weird. Okay, yes. Probably most important man on the planet right now. Sure.
This VA trying to cancel them for not voting for Donald Trump, but simply following Donald Trump. First of all, that's an insane thing to cancel someone for. Second of all, 110 million people follow Donald Trump, and a follow is not an endorsement. So I don't understand what they're even saying here, but this is the voice actor and the character he plays in Honkai Star Rail. This is Dr. Ratio, and his voice actor is Jordan Paul Haro. Now, I looked through this guy's account. I'm not a Honkai Star Rail player, so I had to get familiar with him a bit. Looking through his YouTube channel, I watched some of his VODs, I watched some of his videos and some of his interviews and things like that. And I could tell he was really, really well liked by his community. Like, they really put him on a pedestal. They treated him really well. They had a lot of respect for him. But that all changed.
Yeah, they had. They had. I wonder what he said. Couldn't it be related to a certain incident recently? Couldn't it be? Did he not share his opinion? Didn't he share his opinion about somebody getting assassinated by any chance?
Last week, when he uploaded this YouTube video and shared it on Twitter, where he's talking about returning from a hiatus. And as you can see, there is a lot of comments and a lot of quotes. This post would be attacked by literally thousands of people, calling him some of the most disgusting things and threatening him and so on and so forth. So this is the video itself. You can see the dislike ratio, which...
Holy! Oh, poor guy. Poor man.
Used to be a lot worse, by the way. It's recovered in a positive way. Like, there's way more likes than there used to be a couple days ago. But yeah, he got absolutely attacked. Now, this video is 31 minutes long. And for the first 20 minutes or so, he's just talking about life, giving updates on that. But then he starts talking about Charlie Kirk. He talks about several things.
Knew it. Remember, the gacha space is about a bunch of left retards. Not all of them, sure, but a lot of them.
He talks about how he admired things about Charlie Kirk, particularly his ability and his desire to have discussions with people who have opposing views. And he also was saddened by the assassination. And also he talks about his life as a Christian. Now, those two things, Charlie Kirk and being a Christian, those combined.
Red alert, red alert. You're now a right-wing Nazi. Welcome to the club at this point. Welcome to the club. Remember, blue skies things, you are as a VTuber, right? I don't know about anybody else, but every VTuber is a Nazi until proven otherwise. Remember that.
It's like garlic to a vampire when it comes to Twitter users, especially the very unhinged ones. They go absolutely crazy when they see that combination of topics, and that's what happened. So let's just hear a little tidbit of what he had to say in this video.
Outside of the clips, outside of his debates and his discussions, he was a man of God, he was a Christian, and he was very bold, and he was very articulate, and he was intelligent, and I admired the heck out of him. What he wanted, and it's something that I firmly believed in, was that he wanted people to come back to a common place.
Sweet summer child. He posted this video completely innocently, maybe even not even thinking about the consequences. You sweet summer child. That man's older than me, but still. It is crazy.
Of just discussion. Because he recognized that things were getting so polarized in our country that we weren't talking anymore. And something that he said that I 100% agree with was that when people stop talking, violence starts breeding. And I know that there are those out there that...
Which was perfectly proven by a lot of violence recently for a particular side.
Celebrated his death, Charlie's death, I mean, and think that he deserved it because of reasons. That's fine. You're entitled to that opinion. But I just want to let you know that I don't hate you, and I don't hate anybody. I firmly believe that we need God in this country now more than ever. We absolutely need the compassion and love of Christ. And I wholeheartedly endorse that.
That's it. That's how...
Wow, what a dangerous opinion. So he's normal. He's normal. He's a human being with a healthy mind. That is essentially what his opinion is. Wow. And they hate him for it. And they shot him for it. Anyways.
Fast people will turn on you. You say that you mourn the death of Charlie Kirk and that you admired some things about him, and also that you're a Christian, and it's just over. The people who loved you for so long, now they're turning on you and harassing you and threatening you. That's how this current landscape works, and their response is really proving what he and Charlie have been saying, that we need to have a dialogue, otherwise people are just going to go rabid. And that's what we're seeing in response to this. But did you notice he even said...
Them hating you and you being important enough for them to wish death upon you is the greatest compliment ever. Spite these people for living.
That if you celebrated the assassination, he still doesn't hate you. But somehow, this is the response we get on social media. This person, one of many, quoting the post with the video of the actual assassination. I'm obviously not going to play it, but they caption it.
Makes sense. It's crazy though. It's actually crazy. It's like crazy. This is like crazy. This is insane. This is insane. Demons. I'm saying it again. Demons.
Catch, which was one of the words written on the bullets owned by the shooter. This is a very deranged thing to post in general, but also at someone for simply saying they admired some of his qualities. Now we see some very enthralling debates going on here, some very high intellect responses, like this person just posting flags and saying, take this ratio. Ratio not achieved.
Mission failed successfully. Also, I'm gonna say this. There have been recent movements which I very much approve of the LGB splitting from the rest. There have been recent movements from the LGB splitting, and not gonna lie, I am so happy for our lesbians, gays, and bisexuals from splitting from the rest. I am so happy for you guys. You have no idea. You should have done this way earlier. You should have done this way earlier, because you actually were fighting for something good, for acceptance. These people just weaseled their way in and took your movement. That's what I'm gonna say.
Very high intellect responses, like this person just posting flags and saying, "Take this ratio." Ratio not achieved. Better luck next time. But this is a common theme I've seen not just in this situation, but across Twitter, where this post with 16,000 likes says, "Ratio's voice actor being a Charlie Kirk fan was not what I expected this year. Bro, Ratio would hate him." No, Ratio wouldn't think anything about our current world.
Yeah, because Ratio does not exist. How could you even speak for a fictional character
Living in, because he's not real. He's a character. He's not in this corporeal dimension.
But you forget, my friend. You forget, my friend. We have people out there divorcing their partners because Kazuha.
This is a very unhinged thing. This is parasocialism at work here. And if you think this is an isolated event where people are looking for validation from fictional characters, no. This is a very common thing on social media, Twitter in particular, where people turn to enforce this idea that certain fictional characters will support this belief or not support this belief, and they actually use it as validation for their own feelings. Yeah, it's really, really strange, to say the least. Now, there was another post basically saying the same thing that
Dr. Ratio isn't real. Sorry to burst your bubble. Yeah, obviously. Also, it's funny, how they say Jesus is not real, yet, most well-documented, one of the most well-documented historical figures. Also, the Romans were really good at preserving things when it comes to that, interestingly enough. So, no, Jess.
Dr. Ratio would hate Jordan. Unfortunately, that account has now been suspended, so we can't see the tweet, but you can see the response from Jordan saying, "Dr. Ratio isn't real. Sorry to burst your bubble." You got to applaud the man's conviction here. He was in the trenches, okay? He was actually responding to people while getting blasted.
Yeah. Now that I remember, I may have actually seen the tweet and him responding to these retards. Nah.
By thousands of users, and he was still responding to people, and really all the time being very courteous and nice to people in the face of just...
True, not being insulting and shit. A better man than I am, I would have just told them retard and that's it, not gonna lie.
Pure animosity. But you can see this response down here where they say, "Neither is the Jesus you love mentioning so much. Sorry to burst your bubble." 2,500 likes, by the way. Now, nobody is asking you to view Jesus Christ as the Messiah or your Savior, but can we just be...
Can we acknowledge that he existed? See, these people, right? These people, right? They believe in Julius Caesar. They believe in people like Plato. They believe in people that are less documented than Jesus. But they say he's not real. It's like saying, this reminds me of flat earthers saying the earth is flat, even when showing them a picture of a round earth.
I don't know, objective here and realize and agree that one of the most documented men in history physically existed. Like, this is the level of academic and intellectual dishonesty that you see from people who are angry about people like Jordan. But We have this tweet as well saying the concept of you saying Charlie loved all people when he said stuff like gay people getting stoned was a perfect law.
Obviously, they are stupid because, once again, this is one of the things that has been taken out of context countless of times. Charlie did not say that. What he really said was that some laws do no longer count to disprove somebody else who was using a law, or what was said, to be taken too literally, because this one is no longer applied either.
Yeah, it might be a little flabbergasting to you because Charlie did not say this. In fact, we saw the author Stephen King, one of the perpetuators of this lie, make a tweet saying just that, and then get community noted in shame, and then he went on a big apology tour saying sorry on every single post that was mocking his lack of honesty. And you can see one of the examples of Charlie Kirk's rampant homophobia, where he says, I believe marriage is one man, one woman. Also, gay people should be welcome in the conservative movement. As Christians, we are called to love everyone. I will always stand against people who wish to establish their own personal values as a reason to kick others out of our movement. How homophobic. Can you get a load of this guy? Maybe they're right on social media. That was so hateful. And that's one of like many instantly debunkable claims people have popularized on social media about Charlie Kirk. You can pause this and read some of these. This is just like 10 random ones.
Yeah, there's plenty of this debunks out there. I think Metatron is currently collecting things to completely disprove what these people have lied about. Yeah, I don't know if he's still doing that or if he's gonna make that video, when he's gonna make that video, but he's gonna work on it, I'm assuming.
Ones that people have spread over the past couple of weeks to, in their minds, justify him being brutally assassinated for his opinions. But this is another weird arc we see in this video where people just, like, there is no connection to reality whatsoever, and they're still getting
TDS? CDS? CKDS? Charlie Kirk Derangement Syndrome? He never said that. He never said that because... Oh, isn't Puerto... No. Is Puerto... Maybe I'm misinformed. I overheard something. Wait a second. Is... Wait, Puerto Rico is from the US. Like it's considered part of the US. It belongs to the United States. Wait a minute, what? Because I remember that. Are you stupid?
7,000 likes. This person says, Charlie Kirk wanted me and my...
Also, he never said they wanted to go back. They should go back to slavery. Nobody said that. Slavery is evil. We all know that. This person apparently doesn't. He said that they were more well off during certain times because, like, financially more well off than they are today. Societally more well off than they were today. Because one of the big problems is, for one's poverty, crime, and single motherhood, or fatherlessness, depending on how you want to put it. His greatest criticism is that there's problems in the black community that needs to be fixed. Predominantly, no fathers in the homes. Wow, he was so racist.
Wife dead because we're gay. He wanted my Puerto Rican family dead because we're not viewed as Americans. He wanted people of color to go back to slavery because it was easier back then. We just want to live. Google the facts. You know better. Yeah, the reason they're saying Google the facts is because they have no proof for any of this. It's all just made up. And now they're putting the responsibility on you to go find it or disprove it. Now it's up to you to disprove things that are made up. This person is making wild claims. And
the person making allegations has to also prove the allegations. It is not for the for the one that these allegations are, like for the one that these allegations are made for, to disprove them. It's the accuser, not the accused, that needs to prove them. So go show some receipts, not out of context clips, because you've been using those plenty.
In fact, I'll give them a little bit of a compliment. They're creative. I have not seen anyone say that Charlie Kirk wanted Puerto Rican families dead. I have not seen that one. That's creative at least, but let's move on to another related claim where someone responds to his video saying, "Jordan, seriously, consider you listen to your fans and try to understand how this makes us feel. I'm so unbelievably disappointed to support and make a role model out of a man that spouted so much hate and discrimination. I'm at a loss for words. Think." Well, you know what? While we're at it, this person's totally right. You know, they cracked the code. They've proven with this tweet that Charlie Kirk was this guy who hated everyone, who wasn't like him, and was discriminatory. In fact, I'm going to hand over some evidence. I'm going to show you a highlight reel of Charlie Kirk being a seething racist.
I don't care if it's all black, all Asian, all white. It's an excellent group is what I want. Because I do not believe diversity is a strength. I believe unity is a strength. I think you should have a one-page bill that says that.
Hot take, the only reason that companies want diversity is because diversity makes it so that people don't unify. The more differences there are, the more likely people are not to unify. If like all are ethnically different, right, and like with different backgrounds, different religions, different sexualities, they're less likely to unify. And companies love that. Companies also love to use diversity to get immigrants in so they can pay the minimum wage, while a native worker, doesn't even matter whether they're what skin color they are, they can pay them less than the one who has been born in that country. Incredible hot take, I know.
Racial discrimination based on race is illegal and will not be tolerated in the United States of America. Charlie, do you believe that black pilots can be qualified? Of course. I want a hiring quota and program that only cares about qualification, not skin color. Why does United Airlines care so much about the color of the pilot? How are you?
They shouldn't. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. If somebody applies, they have the qualifications. Peak. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. The problem is that if you do like quotas, you have to cut corners somewhere, because if you have like 100 people, 75% are white, 25% are black, you want 50% black. Without cutting corners, you never reach that, because what it shows is that people are not applying for these jobs specifically. Therefore, it is realistically impossible to get people with the qualifications into those positions without cutting corners. And depending on the job, you might put lives in jeopardy, like bus drivers, taxi drivers, pilots, whatever there is, right? It makes sense.
What a beautiful kid that is.
Thank you.
What a gift from God.
Yeah. She truly is.
White chocolate is here.
Hello, everybody.
This brother got more soul than a lot of people running around here acting like they brothers. He's a real brother. He was doing it. And he made sure that he brought a lot of us here, man.
And race should mean nothing. We should build around things that matter and not things that don't matter.
Charlie Kirk helped a lot of young blacks get to the...
You know what I see with Charlie? Colorblind anti-racism. Right? That is what I see.
The White House. He changed a lot of their lives. A lot of them never imagined going to the White House, and Charlie helped hundreds of young black boys and girls go to the White House. Charlie, thank you for that.
Thank you, Charlie.
I love this guy. Black America is a faithful community and a portion of the country with high church attendance. I have always had a focus and a heart for Black America.
All right, so the other aspect of this is that people are angry because he's a Christian, and being a Christian is one of those groups where you're like the safe edgy to make fun of. You can see this post quoting him saying,
Well, being parts of the religion that is one of the most persecuted in the world, actually the most persecuted, the more you know. Spoiler alert, Nigeria is, for example, quite a problem here.
Always the Christians, and you know, that's one of like 3 groups you can do that about. You could say this about white people and men and get away with it, but like if you said this sort of statement and
Indians, for some odd reason we can do it to Indians too.
filled in with anything outside of those 3 groups, you'd be canceled. You'd be called a racist or a bigot or a sexist or what have you. But of course, this is the safe, edgy type of thing.
And Asians in general, to a degree. To a degree.
That is approved on social media. But this is, again, a theme in the outrage here. This person with 10,000 likes saying, you know, I don't believe in God or any religious, but if there is a God, heaven or hell, I believe they reserved you, the hottest place down there, for you achieve evil in the name of God. Okay.
Well, I don't believe in your religion, but I'm gonna apply your morals onto yourself to counterplay you. Interesting. It's like always like I don't believe in your religion, but I hope that you get punished by its rules. Odd.
Well, this person is saying that if you admire someone for wanting to have discussions and debates, and if you think someone being brutally assassinated in front of their family is something to mourn, I guess you go to the furnace for all eternity. Yep, this Twitter user said, right? And this person, yes, we get it. You don't believe in God. You know, we can tell by the lack of capitalization on the G there, but this person is literally claiming that they don't really care about all this stuff, and then they say, I get to judge. I'm the one who determines if you go to hell, which is pretty blasphemous.
You don't get to decide. Nobody of us regular humans gets to decide.
But this is a theme we see on Twitter all the time. I've talked about it before, where people have no care for Christianity or God or anything like that. They like to weaponize it against people who do have a care for those things or do believe. And they make the most self-righteous.
Now, I'm not a Christian, but I'm the arbiter of what's Christian. And Jesus would agree with me. If you disagree with me, you hate Jesus. Yay.
Just arguments where typically they're misinterpreting scripture or in many cases just making stuff up and then judging Christians for it. Like one of my favorites, I see this all the time. People say, well, only God can judge me. Like, dude, that's not in the Bible. That's a Tupac song. Like, that's how bad misinformation surrounding this stuff has gotten. And if we're, you know, needing a reminder of how...
As far as I'm aware, you can judge righteously, and you will also be judged on the things that you judge, as far as I'm aware, right?
Bad misinformation can spread and be believed by millions. Look what happened to Charlie Kirk. But of course, I want to end the negative tweets on this one where someone says, self-explanatory with a quote from Dr. Ratio, the character he voices, saying, the most annoying thing about idiocy is that you can't explain it to an idiot. Which is really funny, seeing the level of dishonesty and just vapid hatred of this guy with no real reason other than just a predisposed hatred of something that he represents or stands for. Yeah, I think the quote is very on par with the type of person he is. I think this is a quote that is not ironic in any sort of a way. It is hard to explain to people who don't want to listen what the truth is. We saw this with Charlie Kirk. These people are repeating.
To be fair, this is also this behavior is also a specific Hoyoverse community issue. This wouldn't happen in many other gachas.
Repeating it again and again in his quotes. They don't want to see the truth. You can debunk things right in their face, and they're still not going to listen because they don't want to, or they don't have their ears in any way posed to listen in the first place. But let's end on a couple of positive ones. You can see Madam Savvy making a very interesting point, by the way. Company that is Chinese and their profit money goes to the Chinese Communist Party, which hates inclusive minorities, and LGBT is a crime there.
Yeah, but then they want to say, well, but Hoyoverse does put gay messaging into their games. Yes, to queerbait you, so you throw money at them. It's just to throw money at you. That's it. It's to farm money. You are a pay pig. You're in an abusive relationship, and you're feeding your master.
Terminally online Westerners, quiet. American voice actor comes out mildly conservative or follows the president's Twitter account. Terminally online Westerners, burn the village down, demand expulsion, threaten with death. You people wonder why no one likes you. You have no conviction, you have no standards, and you have no brains. Here's a response to his post sharing the video. This person saying, as a queer person, it's disappointing to see the reactions you're getting. Just for saying you agreed with Charlie Kirk in the sense that we need as a society to sit down and talk. How is that controversial? A controversial thing to agree with. Here is another one. Saying your replies are full of people who lack the maturity to disagree with someone.
Because they're children, they're all minors. I can guarantee you 80% of these people that responded to this are minors. They're children.
Beliefs like an adult. Good on you for being honest about who you are and what you believe. Don't let these deranged people get to you. And this is where I'm going to conclude the video. I think Jordan is the type of person who doesn't want you going into the replies of the tweets and arguing with people and adding more negativity. In this case, I want to make it very clear.
There's really no point in arguing with them, because no matter how hard you argue, they already made up their opinion. They already know what they think, and they're never going to change it, no matter how hard you will try and disprove it.
I want you, if you're so willing, to go support this guy. I think he is a good guy, and he is getting an unbelievable amount of hate for something that is completely unreasonable and just fueled by hatred and misinformation. So if you want to help him out, I'll put a link to his Twitter as well as his YouTube video. If you want to go there, spread some positivity. If you want to go through the tweets where he shared the video that caused all of this, you know, go and heart the positive comments. Like, that's something that I think is a good way to handle this. I think it's a way Jordan would want people to handle this. So that is how I'm going to end this video. So as always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
These people are retarded. Normal dude having a normal opinion, and that's what happens. That's how unhinged these people go. Yeah, go support Jordan. Go ahead. Go to this video. Go find his Twitter. Do something positive. I think he could use it. Anyways, my opinion is very clear. I've stated my opinion the entire video long. Have a good day. Thank you. Please consider liking, subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.